Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing today? It is Friday. Friday? Yeah. So tonight, today, this afternoon, this evening, this morning, depending on where you live in the world, let's do some speed benchies. But first I gotta get this. Well, something's going on here. What's going on? Are you good? Are you good? Yeah, you're good. You're good. Okay. Turn that off. So today, we haven't really been printing much with the micron since we built it, in case you didn't realize. I've been kind of testing other printers and whatnot. So we got this built, and it's done, and it's just kind of been hanging out. I haven't really done much with it. I tried printing, remember how we printed myself on it? And then we ran into a slightly minor issue where I lost my head. Well, I tried it again. It turns out it's an issue with the model. When I scale the me model down, and then try to print it with support, part of the head never actually prints properly because the support is like a checker pattern, and it always ends up starting in the middle of the air. So I end up looking like the, whatever those bad guys from Last of Us are. The fungus people, I guess. I don't know. I've never played Last of Us. But I end up looking like that. And I've tried it like 2 or 3 times, and I always end up looking like that. So, yeah. So let's do some speed benchies instead. So, first things first though, I gotta pull the filament out because we got a problem here. I got a 0.25 nozzle in there. You can't do speed benchies with a 0.25. I need to put a 0.4. So this has been, we're going to tackle something because this has been something that has been brought up to me many times over the past year or so. The Revo is not high flow. Why would I put one in my Voron? It can't handle it. So we're going to see how fast a not high flow hot end can go reliably. So we're not going to go for a 5-minute speed benching. We're not going to go for a 10-minute speed benching. We're going to see how fast of a speed benching you can do and still get an actual thing that doesn't look like molten poop out of a standard flow hot end, which a Revo I would say is a little bit above a standard flow, but that's what we're going to have to do. So right now I'm waiting for it to cool off because it's a little hot. Let me put the part fan up. That'll help. And then also, because we do this now, and Polymaker is awesome, and I do have some more filament coming in from them to try out. Their ASA and a few others. As much as I would like to use their Polyterra, we're going to use something a little different. Because I got sent this, and then I cleaned the room when I, like just after I received it, so I put it somewhere, and then I completely forgot. So I kind of feel bad, so we're going to use another filament. But if you want to win some Polymaker filament, it's open worldwide. Link in the description. So this was sent to me by a Canadian company. Okay, that wasn't plugged in, so that's good. It's what is it? Bioplastic made with regen. It is 100% bio-based compostable non-toxic PLA. These folks, they sent it to me to try out, and it is made in Canada. It's made in Canada, eh? It's a Canadian product, eh? So I've got some black and natural. So I kind of want to give this, stuff a try and see how it is. It's supposed to be like completely natural, and they want me to mail back some benchies, so we kind of have to. No, this is made in Canada. This is something like new. This is new. It's made in Canada. So, well, I don't know if they're making it using like somebody else's formula, but it's made in Canada. It's moose juice. No, it is not moose juice. So you guys want black or natural? Black or natural? What color do you guys want? And we're gonna have to swap out these nozzles. So let me put a 0.4 in there. Because unfortunately, I don't have an extra 0.4. Black, natural. Black. Okay, we're going to do black. A lot of people seem to want black. Can be in any color as long as it's in black. Okay. So the nozzle's at 30, so I think we're okay. I'm not going to burn myself. Made of maple syrup. I don't know. I haven't opened it yet. Great timing. The stealth burner is assembled with a Revo boron. It'll be installed next couple of days. Great interview with E3D last week. Thank you, Phil. I think I have... There won't be a video today. The video tomorrow... I'm going to stop putting out videos the same day I live stream. I'm looking at my metrics, and the moment... Like, my video will do okay until the moment I hit go live, and my metrics tank. So... the KP3S video, which I just got to finish editing, that will be, that'll be Saturday, or Sunday, sorry. So, that'll be a Sunday video. That's when, I'll be doing the video. I won't be doing Saturday morning videos, or any, I'm going to avoid trying to do videos days I stream. Why no chat? Oh! Dang it, who was here yesterday? Who was here yesterday? Hey, who was here yesterday? Who was here yesterday? There we go. Who was here yesterday? Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? You did not remind me. I told you guys. I told you right at the beginning of stream. Make sure you tell me to turn the overlay back on. And what did you guys fail to do? A lot of us. Yeah, we have a lot of greens in chat. Yesterday was the members only live stream. For those that don't know, every month I do a members only live stream. It's kind of like something to give back to the members and Patreon supporters, those that help support the channel, allow me to do the things I do and the content I create. So part of that, if you're a member of the channel, you get a monthly like hangout live stream where it's just us. We also have, you get videos a day early or two. It depends how early I get them edited. And then also, there's also a little something something that I've been meaning to set up that those that are members of the channel and Patreon supporters already have access to. So, makes it nice to soft launch stuff when there's, you have a little bit more control over people. Okay, watched it but not live. Well then you should have told me. You knew. And you did nothing. Okay, so this filament, it's got no overhead. No overhead. So this spool has nothing on it. All it says is like made with regen. So it's beta. So this is beta 4.0 filament apparently. So put that up into get in your hole. There we go. Okay, lock that. So we got a 4mm nozzle in there now. Like how, yeah, I'm a huge fan of matte filaments. As much as I like the sparkles, like, you know, we, the shiny Gyarados, and this is some, Galaxy Blue PLA from Printed Solid. As much as I love the shiny stuff, and the sparkly stuff, I really like matte filament. Better than used, remember, for 6 months. 3 months of a great video for a great guy. Cheers! Cheers to you too. Okay, so we have to get a super slicer going here. So my computer completely rebooted before stream. That's what happened. Power flickered last night or something. I don't know. My computer was off, so I had to like reboot everything just before stream. So yeah. Just ordered the Vorum bomb and piff parts. Nice. Oh, also, another thing, because people, I don't know if it was yesterday people were asking me for it, or, yeah, I don't know if it was yesterday or Saturday or Tuesday. Jeez, what day of the week is it? I stream too much. I do have a Polymaker affiliate link. It's in the description there. Because somebody was asking me if I had one. And so I have one now. Downloads 3D Benchy. Benchy. There we go. Nope, don't do that. Not that Benchy. Where? I've got like 5. How do I have like 5 Benchies downloaded? There we go. It's a Benchy. Okay. Let's put a little something on this because I'm trying stuff out. There we go. Okay. That bench looks huge, I know. Okay, so printer settings, it's the micron, extruder limits. We are running a 0.4 nozzle now. Max layer height, okay. So what are the speedboat Benchy rules? Boat Benchy rules, I can never find them. I hate having to go to all 3DP. This site is such I hate this site. All it is just stolen stuff all the time. Okay, put you on another thing. Let's get the... Okay, so layer height is 0.25 millimeters. Okay, so print settings. So perimeters, I think it's 2. Base layer height 2.5, 2.5. Pop up, go away. 3 top bottom layers. 3 top, 3 bottom, 2 walls. There's perimeters. Infill is 10%. I don't think they tell you what kind. We'll just use cubic, I guess. Okay. So I think that's that. First membership and by far the most expensive one. It's $1.99. It's a toonie. It's a coffee. Actually, it's cheaper than a coffee now. Damn you, Timmy's. Tomorrow, Czech versus Canada. Either you or me will be angry. Oh, and hockey? You ready for this, Sanity? Are you ready for this? I don't follow hockey. Okay, speeds. So here's where the fun thing is. I'm doing a speed benchy right now. Partially because of everyone getting the Bamboo Labs Carbon. Okay. A lot of people seem to be getting that printer right now. And it does, I think it has like, it's like, I think it's a 17 minutes benchy as part of its like demo G code, like baked into it. There's like a 17-minute benchy. And I just want to see how we can compare. Are you kidding? Remember, for 4 months. Thanks to you, my Mark IIIS should arrive in 4 days. Awesome. And Pritch, thank you for becoming a member. If they don't send you one, I think it's a scam. Like, I know I would like to get my hands on one, which is a good thing because it shipped today. So we should have it by next week some point. So that'll be fun. Okay. So here's the thing. What do we have set up? So right now the machine's pretty stock. So let's go into our firmware, printer.cfg, and see what we got to work with. So right now, 300 Excel. Now we're running, this is a bone stock machine, like complete bone stock. Z velocity, I'm not too concerned about. ZXL, not concerned about. Square corner, we'll leave for now. It works as well. Here's my thing. I am really, part of what I am looking forward to, as somebody who has been involved in 3D printing for 4 years now, over 4 years now, what I'm looking forward to in the technology is not so much, yes, all the fancy new toys and bed leveling and, you know, all these probe setups and, you know, quad gantry leveling and all this cool shit. Don't get me wrong. I am looking forward to things that just work on the consumer side. I am really looking forward to machines that don't cost an arm and a leg, that just work and have bells and whistles that are good features and they're reliable and they can print reliably and they can print fast. And like, I'm really looking forward to machines that just work, as you can tell by one of my more recent videos there. So if they are claiming to have a machine that prints fast and just works out of the box and whatever, I'm all for it. It's something I would really like to get my hands on and play with. How do you like those Speed Demon machines? I really want a Pantheon. Unfortunately, they're on the other side of the continent from me. So here's the thing, right here, volumetric speed for auto feed. It's right here below chat. So let me put it right there. So right there, okay, 18 millimeters cubed a second. That is roughly how much you can push through the Revo with ABS. We're gonna be printing PLA because why not? And that's what we're gonna see. That's gonna be our limiting factor, honestly. I could probably put whatever numbers I want here, like 300 millimeters a second. Like I can put whatever I want here, but we are going to be limited by the flow rate. Okay, so that will kind of give us then extrusion speeds, travel speeds. Let's try 400 travels. First layer speed, we'll do 50. 50. Again, we're not looking for like speed benchy. We're looking to see how much you can push one of these types of machines. That's just running a normal hot end, not a high flow. Make sure to change it to 0 in volumetric flow. No, I want to, I want to cap it out. I want to be at the limit of the hot end. I don't want to outrun the hot end. We're trying to get the best speed benchy that we can get with our hardware. I don't want to outrun anything. I want to see how close, like we can put, how fast we can push it without going over, right? Price is Right rules here. Hasselback, 199, cheers. In the filament settings. Oh yeah, where is it? Filament, max volumetrics, or max, yeah, 18, there it is. Pantheon fund, or half a coffee, each, 199, cheers. Pantheon's $8,000 US, plus $300 to $500 in shipping, plus 13% harmonized sales tax. Yeah. Yeah, volumetric flow in the slicer. Yep. So we gotta slice it now. See what we got. Pie-eyed, $5. Cheers, appreciate it. I see you have an update available that you haven't done. What are your thoughts on Clipper updates? If things are working, go just ignore them. Pretty much. I only update if I think I need to update. I really don't. Okay, so yeah, so some of these we're still slowing down. Why are we slowing down right there? Oh, small perimeters. 300. No, not 300%. 100. There we go. I don't want to be doing thin walls. Oh, thin walls now. YOLO. Yeah, I don't update unless I need to update. Because the last thing I want to do is just something to break because of whatever setup I have and whatnot. So why are you going slow there? Oh, wait. Cooling. Layer time. Full speed fan 6. Disable fan for first 2 layers. There we go. Yeah. There we go. That's what I like to see. So this should be a 23-minute speed benching. According to the estimate, 23 minutes. So will it be 23 minutes? I don't know. We'll find out. Export cheat code. Heck, will the print even finish? We're just kind of faffing about and having some fun right now. So let me bump those temperatures up. So we're going to run it at 220 for the temps. So 220 for the temps, 60 for the bed. No chamber to worry about. Yeah. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Will be the cooling, not the hot end. We'll find out. We will find out. V01 self-source just arrived. Nice. Okay, let's change the music up. It's funny. I used to listen to the lo-fi tracks all the time. They've gotten kind of boring. There we go. Is a grammar error in your Patreon description on purpose? There's a grammar error in my Patreon? Probably. I like to not be serious about things, so most likely. Don't you agree cooling is... Yeah, as long as you're not out running the hot end, then yeah, cooling's the next big thing. The thing is, though, something like a speed benchy is not a practical profile in any stretch of the imagination. It's a drag race. And a drag race, you kill the engine of a drag race car. Like an actual, like, the full tilt, like 2 or 3 second drag race. You kill the engine of the car in the drag race. So when you're doing a speed benchy, the speed benchy is plastic that's way overcooked and then blasted with cool air. It's not, you know, going to be that good of an actual print. You're not going to get the same structural integrity or reliability or accuracy out of it. It's a drag race. So you don't usually run at those speeds. That's why like the printers that are meant for high speed, they have like additional cooling blowing in from the side, which a lot of plastics don't like that. So I challenge anyone to run a full plate of ABS Voron parts at speed benchy speeds, like 3, 4, 5 minute speed benchy speed profile. Run an entire plate of Voron parts and have every part coming out of that good to go. And not, you know, crumple and be warped and not be geometrically accurate. So stepper motors are considered consumable for speed benchies. Oh, jeez. I don't push my machines that hard at all, because here's the thing. If you're printing an entire plate of parts that takes 23 hours and you shave it down to 9 hours or 19 hours, okay? If the print finishes at 2 a.m. or it finishes at 8 a.m., it doesn't matter because you're sleeping. You get very diminishing returns, in my opinion. Like that's one of the things when I was in PIF and talking to people who are in PIF, beyond a certain point, saving time isn't worth it because, you know, you're not sitting at your machine 24 hours. So you do like 1 print a day. You wake up, you change the print, you hit start. If it finishes at 2 a.m., finishes at 6 a.m. It doesn't matter. You're sleeping during that time. Can I print Peak on Toasty Boy? Nope. Toasty Boy is not a Peak printer. I do not have any printers that can print Peak, nor do I want to, because if I had the money to buy Peak, I'd buy another printer or a case of filament. Can I upload my general slicer profile? It's based on the V2 PIF profile, which I think is pinned in one of the Voron discords. I've tweaked it though, so it's kind of like a generic profile that I use on all my Vorons. Like all my enclosed Vorons run the same ABS profile, the exact same speeds profile. I've like tuned the profile so that it's not tuned for any specific printer because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to keep different profiles for different machines up to date. They all work just good enough. Yeah, 90% of my parts completed before I wake up, a little after I leave. That when I did PIF, Pretty much I considered every profile, every plate was a day. I would wake up, take all the prints off the bed, start the next print, and then I would do it the next day. Because if the print finishes again at 2 a.m. or 6 a.m., it doesn't matter. Plus you want time for the print to cool down anyways. You don't want to like pull it off the bed while it's hot. You want the whole chamber to cool naturally. That's how you get the strongest parts. So, any plans to do Mavoran? I may do one in the future. We'll see. The Hassenbach, $4.99. Cheers. Ellis's Piff profile. That's another profile that people have told me is very good. And I'm pretty sure that's also pinned on the Discord. The Voron Discord. I gotta start mentioning there's 2 Discords now. With my Prusa, I literally hit print, check it once before I head to bed, and then it's done in the morning. Pretty much. Honestly, you want to know how to print faster. Are you ready? I'm going to tell you the secret to printing faster, okay? And nothing will ever compare to this, okay? No matter what you do, what you tweak on your machine, you will never be able to print faster than with this one tip. Buy a second printer. That's it. Buy another printer. If you want to print faster, get more printers. That's the only way you could really print faster reliably with FDM. Okay, bed's heated up. Upload and print. So again, this is a 23-minute Benchy. I don't know how far we'll get. Hopefully we'll get the first layer done. Why do you think it's a print farm? Bigger fish. I'm gonna try and I'll try and print it later or pin it after. There are 2 Discords. Yeah, my own Discord now. It's a secret for now. You didn't hear that. I don't need all the speed. Speed with 3D printing, you run into diminishing returns very quickly. I remember when Doc was like really diving into tuning his Piff profile, and he managed to shave, I think it was like a 23 or 24 hour profile, like a plate of parts, full plate of parts. He managed to shave it down from like 23 hours to like 19 hours. Beyond that, he's like, it's not worth it. You start losing too much in terms of like how good the prints look, how accurate the prints are, reliability of the prints, right? You know how sometimes when you're trying to print like a circle and it's like tapered, it doesn't quite stick. Like if you're printing like an inside corner, and sometimes the filament just doesn't stick and you get that string across, you start seeing funky stuff like that when you're printing whole plates of parts at high speed. Like, it's just like, there's at a certain point where you just have to be like, that's all I'm gonna get reliably. And again, if the print finishes at 2 a.m. or 6 a.m., it doesn't matter, you're asleep. So. Speed also comes from higher amps, 48 stepper. Yeah, 48 stepper, or 48 volts is really, here's the thing. Unless you're running speed benchy speeds and stupid high speeds, like we're talking like the really, really high speeds over 10K XL, whatever, 48 volts, it's not like 12 to 24. 12 to 24 is a pretty big jump. 24 to 48 isn't as much. They're nice to have on like your A and B motors if you plan on printing a lot of high speed. But if you're just printing normal speeds, like what many people consider normal, like Voron or other Core XY speeds, you don't really need 48. A 0.8, yeah, a 0.8, well, yeah, bigger nozzle. Well, actually, here's the thing. Both nozzles can only push the same amount of filament. Like, your flow rate is your flow rate. Yeah, a larger nozzle, there's less resistance, but at the end of the day, the output is the same. The difference is with a fatter nozzle, you can't print as fast, but you make up with that with thicker extrusions. That's why for like a while there, whenever you saw speed prints, it was always at like 0.1 layer height because the hot ends couldn't keep up. Have you seen the new SKR? I have. Have I talked about the easy boards? I've mentioned it. I'm not a huge fan of new standards because I don't know about adoptability. I like to wait until things have been around for a little bit just to make sure, you know, it's not a flash in the pan and it'll be they won't continue it. It's not worth it. Who knows? What are we at? Okay, we're 0.01 out of tolerance and it's doing it again. But yeah, like somebody comes out with a new standard for stepper drawer drivers and it's one company with one board, is that just going to be the one board? It's the only board that's ever going to have it, or will it be a standard a year from now? Who knows? So I like to wait. We had a bottleneck in 3D print even for high flow hot ends. I argue for the average consumer, hot end tech is perfectly fine. There we go. It was looking for 0.00. I love this. It was looking for, oh, no, get back here. It's looking for 0.0075, and we got 0.00125 for accuracy. Like, I can live with that. Okay, nozzle heating up to 220. I think it'll be a flash pan. I think too. Yeah, no, my homing is slow. I haven't updated it. I'm not too concerned about a 1 minute homing cycle on a 14-hour print too much. Yeah, Obsidian. Yeah, I'm just waiting on Obsidian pretty much, and the high flows. Because if you didn't, like, I know I mentioned this in the video and a lot of people didn't catch this. High flow Revo is just a new nozzle. It's a drop-in. You don't need to, like, change anything. It's a drop-in. So I didn't purge the old filament, so you're probably going to see some of the old filament in there. Hello, Guido. You won last week, or last stream, I think. Cheers. And then Obsidian is going to be your abrasive stuff. So, although I'm probably going to keep the Diamondbacks and Toasty because, well, why not? They work. Pie Hut in the UK has Pi 4s. Go buy pies, British people. Suggestions on what to look for in my switch wire if printing mirrored. What do you mean printing mirrored? Like you're printing like an opposite switch wire? There's some things I don't think are public yet that I'm not concerned with the viability of the Revo ecosystem going forward. Put it that way. By the way, the Revo, rock steady at this extrusion rate, temperature-wise. Like the fact that it's holding and it's sitting at like 54% right now in terms of power. The new E3D Hemera light comes from Triangle Labs Matrix light with a smaller motor. Well, I don't think they worked with Triangle Labs. I'm pretty sure they did not. It's a Hemera with a smaller motor. That's what it is. And it's reworked slightly. The Matrix is the Hemera clone. Yeah, the difference between Revo 6 Micron and Revo Voron is just the heatsink. Yeah, the actual hot end portion is the same. And yeah. Yeah, Ellis has really good docks. I gotta do a video on his stuff because his stuff's good. I just never get around to it. Actually, we might be screwing ourselves here. Did I turn that print setting off? Yeah, I did. Okay, I gotta turn this. Only one perimeter, extra perimeter. Yeah, I gotta turn that off next time. We're doing one extra wall. I normally, so in my slicing profile, I normally run where I do an extra perimeter wall every other layer. I find that really locks in your filament to the wall, or your infill to the wall. So when you're doing infill, your infill like comes up, touches the wall, and then you stop printing, you move over, and then you start printing again, and you do that. Unless you connect them. I don't connect them. What I do is every other layer, I do an extra perimeter on the inside, and that basically locks in my infill to the wall. The Hassenbeck, again, $9.99. Cheers. Are you running stock, standalone connected to a computer, or letting a Pi? Oh, this is Clipper. I'm running Clipper, so this is a Pi running it. This is a Raspberry Pi running it. It's a Pi 02 and an Octopus. Let me play with the camera focus here. Video. Off autofocus. There we go. Apply. Okay. Would turning off Z-Hop speed up? It would. It would. The problem is with like a speed print, curling is an issue, and I don't want the nozzle slamming into it and knocking it off the bed. So. Will a regular Pi Zero work without a camera? Yes, you can't. Also with a regular Pi Zero, you can't run input shaper, and I super highly recommend running either Fluid or Mainsail. Do not try Octoprint. It's more resource intensive. How do you like the extra perimeter thing in Super Slicer? Oh, how do you do it? Here, I'll show you. The setting also exists in Cura, by the way. Print settings, printers and shell, and then what I do is quality. It's under quality here. I do one layer perimeter on my first layer. So when it's doing a print, the first layer and the top layer only has one perimeter, and then every other layer after that has multiple perimeters, or however many you set. And then you have extra perimeter, and you can set it on overhangs if you want, or on odd layers, which is every other layer. I just use on odd layers. And then you want to ensure vertical shell thickness. That's another thing you want to have enabled. And what that means is if you're doing, what is it? What's the definition for it? It adds solid infill near sloping surface to guarantee a vertical shell thickness. If you print something, it basically on things that are like curved, you run a risk of it like not looking super smooth, because like the thickness actually kind of changes sometimes, because you'll have like 4 walls and 2 walls, and depending on like the geometry, and that kind of prevents that from happening. Ben 5, cheers. Calibration cube prints backwards on the X. So okay, go back and look at the chart again. You probably have your motor's completely backwards then, or no, you got to go to your config, and you have your shoot. Trying to remember how it is with the switch wire, because all the different kinematics. But basically, it's backwards. You need to like change where your 0, 0 is, because it's working off the other corner when it should be this corner or something. If you go on the Voron Discord, ask in the switch wire section, I'm sure somebody will sort you out pretty quick. So if you're curious right now, this is the estimated flow rate, and this is the speed we're actually pushing. So let me get this set up here. Browser. Here, okay. There we go. Okay. There we go. The motors are cool. I'm not like the AB motors aren't even warm right now. Like, they're not even warm. Can't you fix it? Yeah, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, because I don't have it directly in front of me. But basically, yeah, you gotta your 0, 0 is set for the opposite. It's basically it thinks it's backwards. So if it's homing and everything is correct, you could have everything set up backwards, where you think it's homing to min in the right direction. It's actually homing to max in the wrong direction, and you got it all backwards. Yeah. Well, up the excels. The thing is, though, I can't. We are maxing out the hot end almost. Like, although according to like the instantaneous flow, we're hitting up to like 16. Yeah, 16.6. Like, I don't even think this is like accurate. This is like so. G-code viewer. Yeah, the going through the G-code viewer, it's not even worth it. It's just like, gotta go fast. It's homing to the front right of the bed and not the back right. Okay, so yeah, in that case, you basically have your motors backwards, but your end stops are working. Did you use the default config and like didn't change anything in the config? But yeah, you basically, I can't remember if you got to reverse the motors or play around with the config. You should not have to play around with the config. You should just be able to just change motor direction according to the chart. Swap A and B motors. Pretty much, I think. 18 millimeters cubed is what I run at the max for ABS on my Revos. Beyond that, I find I start running into flow issues. But I really only hit those speeds when I'm doing infill at 140 millimeters a second with a 0.4 nozzle at a 0.72 millimeter extrusion width. Because I over extrude my infill so you don't have to do as many lines of infill. It saves time. Which I'm actually doing here, so I'm cheating a little bit. But, yeah. Bob's Mine, what's up? Hey. How can a Pi Zero run Clipper? I'm using an old laptop and I have prints fail because I can't keep up. I don't know. Works just fine. I plug it in, printer go burr. It could be the issue with the laptop, could be the USB or something. I don't know. I've run full Vorons off of Pi Zero just fine. So starting the MK3S this weekend. Nice. Cheers. Yeah, Octoprint can't run on a Pi Zero, but Mainsail and Fluid run on it just fine. You just can't do input shaper, and I wouldn't really put a camera on it. USB shuts off after a set time. Yeah, if you're running it on an old like laptop, make sure you go into the power settings and make sure like any sleep or anything like that is fully deactivated. There's a reason it's called Octoslow. Now, be fair, Octoprint can do a lot more than Mainsail and Fluid. All the add-ons, it's the way Octoprint is set up. It's running fully on the Raspberry Pi. It has all these dependencies and everything. You can do a lot more with Octoprint. It has all the add-on support. Mainsail and Fluid, barely any. I think we can do. I have an invite for it, but they have a Spaghetti Detective, Obiso or whatever it's called now. We have that. We have a time lapse. I think we have Exclude Region. I think we got 3 add-ons on Mainsail and Fluid. So yeah, Octoprint is slow and big and bulky, but it's also a truck. You could do a lot more with it. So yeah. But it's just the way Mainsail and Fluid are set up. They're just web interfaces for the API, essentially. There's really, they don't have the back end kind of thing that Octoprint has. What can I do if the short belt from my Z motor on the V2 doesn't stay centered but moves to one edge of the pulleys? Make sure that it is parallel. Like, make sure your actual top idler is not crooked or anything. And if it just kind of happens to just kind of like sit there, like if it's not wearing, you're probably okay, because your Z doesn't really move fast, right? You're not printing while the Z is moving. So it shouldn't be too big of an issue if it's just kind of sitting there, unless it's trying to like it's really trying to jump off the edge. Because I can guarantee you, if I look at like mine, yeah, they sit closer to one side usually, but they're not like rubbing or anything. And you know, I'll check these ones, and these ones have been using, yeah, same thing. They sit closer to one side, but it's not really an issue. Those ones have been in there for, I haven't changed the Z belts or the top idlers on this machine since it was a newly built 2.2. So that's like 2.5 years or more. And they're fine. So I wouldn't be too concerned unless you actually start seeing wear. Or you actually see a repeating pattern in your Z motion on the print that matches the pattern of the belts. I have seen that. I walked in with the, infill, here. Perfect example, because I actually did this printing the hedamames. Okay, here is a trick that you can print fast. I really recommend only doing this if you're doing higher percentage infill. So Voron parts, for example, or any other printer part, anything high infill. If you want to save time with high infill means a lot of travel moves, okay, for high infill. So infill is a percentage, okay? When you tell your slicer, I want 40% of infill, it takes that volume and will fill 40% of it with plastic in whatever pattern, in a repeated even spacing, essentially. So if you do grid, if it's, you know, your nozzle's 0.4 millimeters, and whatever the volume is, to fill 40% of that, say it needs 20 lines of infill. If you change the flow rate or your extrusion rate, right? You go into your slicer settings, okay? You go to your flow rate and you go to infill and you change the width from like 0.4 to like 0.72, it still fills it with 40% infill, but the lines are thicker. So because the lines are thicker, there's less lines. So I have two parts here. I had to reprint these because I forgot I didn't change my setting. This is the part of the ear cup for my hedamames, okay? So because of the way these are supposed to be printed, they are designed to be printed with 11% infill. So this one right here is 11% infill gyroid, but with my 0.72 millimeter flow diameter for nozzle. This is the same nozzle, 0.4 millimeter nozzle. And then I realized, oh shoot, it's designed with a 0.4 nozzle, like 0.4 flow rate in mind, and I reprinted it. So as you can see there, these ones have much more infill than these ones, but they still have the same amount of plastic as the infill. It's just thinner, but it's spread out more. Now, how does that translate into save time? I don't know. Let me see if I actually have the G code on here. Let's see. I printed them individually. Okay, here we go. It's a difference of, yeah, because I have the G code. Okay, I got the G code. So it's the same amount of plastic. It is 0.2 grams different in plastic. So I just chalked that up to whatever connection or whatever. So it's 0.2 grams in plastic difference. However, the one with the slower, like the smaller diameter flow rate is an hour and 44 minute estimate. The higher infill, like the thicker infill at the same percentage infill, is an hour 36 minutes, okay? So you're saving 8 minutes, but 8 minutes on two parts, imagine you are printing an entire plate of parts at a higher percentage infill. So you're shaving off minutes here and there that add up to, hey, maybe an hour on a 20-hour plate, who knows? So I still recommend doing it only at higher percentage infill because you run the risk of the parts not being as strong if the infill lines are too spaced out, even though each individual line is spacer or stronger. I've been using it on Voron parts for years and I've never run into an issue. And I know, like, I think the doc's been using it again without issue and it works. Structural integrity, it's a trade-off. That's why I say only do it on higher percentage infill. Yeah, thick infill saves so much time. An extra wall or two. That's why I also pair that with doing an additional perimeter wall every other layer to really lock that infill into the wall. And those two things combined, in my opinion, lead to stronger prints and faster prints. I need to do a video on this. There is a ton of little tricks that you can do to save time in printing that you don't even need to do with your printer. Like the way you set up your travel, even the way you plate parts on your printer affects how long a print takes. Like there's lots of little things you can do to tweak things to be more efficient. The problem is a lot of people just load the default profile, or can you tell me a good profile and I'm just gonna run that and not change anything? There's a lot of little things you can do to optimize tool pathing in 3D printing. Like one of the things I hate about doing 3D printers is you have no control over pathing usually. So if I throw a whole plate of parts on my printer and it starts printing, right? I can go into the settings and change it, whatever. But if the printer wants to go, I'm gonna print this part, and then I'm gonna go over here, print this part, and then I'm gonna come over here and print this part, and then I'm gonna go over here. I'm like, no, even. Why are you wasting all these extra travel moves? But you can't fix that, it just does it. It's on my list of things to do. This is actually coming out pretty good for a PLA speed benchy, let's be honest. Again, I have no idea what this plastic is. This is beta, fully recyclable plastic, I guess. Where is the where did I put it? Yeah. I gotta mail them some benchies. They want me to mail some back. So it's regen. It's a bioplastic. So it's bio-based, contains no recycled plastic or petroleum, made only from plant biomass. Made in Canada by Bosk. Cool. Non-toxic. That's good. Compostable or biodegradable. So apparently it actually is it is compostable, apparently. Cool. Kira, that you can do one part at a time. I don't mean one part at a time. I mean, if you look at your bed, it would print a part here, and then if going to like printing a part here, like on each layer, it would do one layer here, and then it would go over here and do a layer. Then it would go over here and do a print. Then it would go over here. And instead of like trying to optimize the tool path so it's not doing all these long travel moves, instead of like working from like one corner to the other corner in a nice, even, smooth pattern, it's jumping all over the place. If you've ever worked in a CNC shop or a shop with CNC machines, you know that optimizing tool pathing for production is a huge thing because, you know, time is money, friend. You want to not waste time. I know all PLA is biomass. It's people. Regen is people. Totally green is people. What are we at right now? What time did this print start? So it started at 14:32, and we're at 2:54. "27 minutes ago, yeah." Now, do you count the first? Well, no. The problem, I gotta go back and watch because I forgot. I should have set a timer because the whole bed trimming and everything counted, like towards the time. So the thing is though, with how small the benchy is, I don't think we are hitting the actual maximum flow rate too much on this thing. So once this finishes, we'll go in. We know we can do that, and according to this, I'm not hitting 18 at all. That capping out at 18 is during long infill moves, so we're not hitting 18. So we're gonna go into the slicer, we're gonna tweak a few settings and see if we can squeeze a little bit more performance out of it, and I'll actually get a stopwatch going once it lays down the first layer. I am running 10K XLs. I'm going to bump up the SCV too, the square corner velocity for the next one. Yeah, we're not hitting max flow rate. So we're capped at 18, but I don't think we're actually hitting 18. Okay, let's see. So yeah, it looks like 24 minutes ago it started printing. Like it actually started printing. Ooh, that smokestack came out pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna let that cool for a minute before we pop it off. Let's go back in here. Okay, so I'm gonna drop this back down to 0.4 so that we're not cheating and overfilling our infill. Filament settings, volumetric speed. Let's see if we can do 25. So 25. The 220 seems okay, I think. We're not gonna fiddle with that. All my speeds are set at 300. 10,000 Excel. 5. So there's no point in upping speeds because we are flow limited. It is limiting things by flow. Okay. So let's reslice that. While that is being resliced, machine. .cfg. So we're gonna bump up our square corner velocity to 10 instead of, and we're still at 500 max Excel, 10,000 or 500 max velocity, 10,000 Excel. Yeah, save and restart. Okay, so this is 24 millimeters cubed a second. It's still estimating 23 minutes. See what speeds. What are we actually pushing for speeds here? 300. We're capping out at 300 millimeters a second. A little bit slower in the front there. Why are we doing 225? Why are we doing overhang? Speeds, overhangs. Where's overhang? First layer. Overhangs are 100%. Why are you slowing down then for overhangs? I don't know. Okay, well, we'll try with the bumped up SCV. Yeah, you can see we got more infill going on too, because I'm not cheating on the infill anymore. I don't think Z-Hop saves that much if I turn it off. What's Z? If I turn Z-Hop off, are we going to get any estimated time savings? I don't know if we will. 2 minutes, according to this. It went from 23 to 21 minutes. Okay, we'll try it with no Z-Hop. Hopefully it doesn't screw us and we don't knock off the print. I also bumped up the SCV. Again, we are going a little slow on the first layer, just because I don't want it flying off the bed, essentially. Okay. So, let's see what we got here. The extrusion width, 0.2 mil. We're not trying to clock it in an official speed benchy here. We're just trying to kind of go off the numbers and see what we can do with a regular flow on it. So what am I running right now for my extrusion width? 0.38, yeah. I'm not worried about 5% difference. Way more Excel. 10,000 Excel? Well, we're going to stick at 10. You want to bump up the Excels? I don't know if we'll... Yeah, you know what? We'll bump up the Excels. We'll go to 12,500. We'll do 12,500. 12,500. Basically, I'm aiming for a 20-minute speed benchy. That's kind of what I want to do here. $12,500. So let's oop. Machine, did I not save and close? Oh, because I got a print running. You stop. Okay, so 12,500, 12,500, 12,500, 12,500. We'll do 2,000 for the first layer, and for the first layer, we'll do 100. Slice down. Make sure. Because I haven't even bumped the motor temperatures up, and the motors are running pretty smoothly, so we shall see. Yeah, 21 minutes. Okay. There we go. Upload and print. If you don't set the Excel to decel, it defaults to half Excel. Ooh, good point. Good point. Good point. Good point. Cancel. Cancel. What is Excel to decel? Yeah, good point. Excel to decel. What machine do I got that setting on? Let's see. Nope. Configuration. There we go. Back Excel to decel. And put that to 12,500. There we go. Okay. Save and restart. There we go. Okay. Upload and print. Okay. Sorry, wait. There we go. Okay. Now we wait. Well, the fastest speed benchy for a while was done on a V0, 24/7 printing, and a pretty decently modified V0 with much bigger motors. But it was funny because using Nemo 14 still. Domenico 5, cheers! Last 3 days installing Clipper on my Neptune 2 with a Pi 0 plus York was a pain in the ass, but it prints better than ever. Awesome! Video was crucial. Cheers! Happy it helped. So let me get a timer out here. Reset. Stopwatch. There we go. Okay. So if you're curious, here's that first one. Okay. Ooh, focus. There we go. So here's that first speed benchy, which actually, let's be honest, it looks better than the very first benchy I printed off of my Monoprice Select Mini. The smokestack is actually really clean, I will say. So it's pretty much just this bow overhang that's kind of poopy. And I bet you we could kind of fix that up by yeah, because you can see it's because it's not laying down onto a previous layer. It's just kind of, everything that's like vertical is pretty clean. It's the not vertical stuff that's kind of poopy. How long did it take? What did we say? It was like 25 minutes roughly. Because I didn't start a timer, and like it says the start when it actually starts running like the bed tramming, which takes a minute. So I didn't get a really accurate time. So this time I'm actually going to run a stopwatch the moment it actually starts printing the boat, essentially. Put a separate fan at the bow. Well, I could. Technically, actually, shoot. I should have the benchy orientated the other way, I think. Because then you get cooling from both sides, right? Instead of, like, right now, if you look at it, the fan's only coming in from this side. So I should have the benchy front to back, shouldn't I? For better cooling at the bow. We'll do that on the next one. On the next one, we'll do that. We'll get this one, and then we'll go all in for one final one. So... yeah, Yeah, see, like right now, the print started, so it's counting all this towards time. So I gotta actually start a timer when it starts the boat. Get the probe. Yeah, the KP3S video will be out Sunday, hopefully. I just gotta finish editing and record like 1 or 2 more little parts. But yeah, my thoughts on it are, if you're fine with a printer that you may have to do a little tweaking on to get the most out of it, and are okay with a cheap printer and what comes with a cheap printer, it's actually pretty good. Oh, is the issue with the white? That's good to hear, Ben. Happy printing. $45°, yeah. We'll do the next one at 45, and then we'll try and get a little bit more speed out of it. Maybe bump to like 15 KXL. Because I got a feeling at some point we're going to hit an issue with the skip steps because the motors are running at their stock current and they're not even warm. So. And then don't forget, at the end of the stream, which today I think we're going to aim for like a 2-hour stream today. We'll probably, yeah, at the end of the stream, we will be giving away a spool of Polymaker Filament. So to make sure that you don't miss out on that, enter. It's in the description. It's open worldwide. More power. Well, you don't need to bump up your motor current until you start skipping steps. Like, people, I think, run their motors way too hot. Because if you're not skipping steps, you don't need to play with your motor current. Like, if your motors are cool and you're printing fine, and you're not skipping steps, don't fiddle with your motor current. Why run them hotter than you need to? If it ain't broke, don't break it. Okay, so I'm going to start the timer once it starts. Okay, just getting that final boom. Okay, purge line. I don't know why I print a skirt. Yeah, I gotta turn that skirt off. Okay, timer started. So, just so you know, the timer started as soon as it started printing the boat itself. Are we maxing out the flow? We're getting pretty close, apparently. We'll find out. The problem is, the Revo, I know it caps out around 18 millimeters cubed a second with ABS. The thing is, we are not pushing it at a speed in a straight line where we will get to that flow rate, because it's only a Benchy. Yeah, see, I'm wasting time with these stupid... Oh yeah, we're capping it now. We are capping it. This one is not going to come out as good, I don't think. Yeah, I think the 10 SCV might be a little too much. Yeah. It is, we are capping it out. We are capped out. Bump up the temperature 10 degrees. Oh, it is looking horrible. I love that little burr at the bow you see it do there. Because what it's doing is, when you look at the print itself, I'll show you exactly what it's doing. It's printing this. So it's printing this itty bitty top layer part, which is maintain wall thickness or whatever. So it's doing this little extra brr there. But by golly, we will let it finish. Yeah, you can see, I don't know if you can see it at the back wall right here. Back here. You can see it's not filling. So we're right at that last little bit. We've maxed out flow at the back left corner there. Okay. Yep, I said it on purpose, so I wanted to see how much we could push it. So let's bump it back a bit, because obviously this is a little poo-poo looking. So we'll leave the accels the same, but we'll drop it down to 20 volumetric flow. And I'm going to turn the skirt off. Placing skirt. Okay. David! Hi, David! We are not treating this poor little micron too well. Everyone say hi, David. Even David says it. Gotta tune in. Yeah, this poor Revo is a little capped out, I believe. So I'm gonna drop the speeds down just a little bit less acceleration, and for the next one. Which is funny, because this one should be quicker. 19 minutes. I tweaked a few things. Is carbon infused PLA any stronger than pure PLA? Okay, here's the thing with adding stuff to your plastic, okay? So when it comes to carbon fiber, glass filled, whatever, remember, whatever you are adding to the plastic has to fit through the nozzle. So it's not like glass-filled injection molded parts where you have long strands of fiber and they go in all directions within the part and lock everything together. With filament, you don't get any layer adhesion across extrusions. So you might get a little bit on like the same XY layer if it's like laid down next to something that's still kind of molten. But for the most part, the filament, the little fibers or chunks of carbon fiber stay within that one extrusion that comes out of the nozzle. So what ends up happening is you get stronger parts in the X and Y dimension, but you actually get weaker parts in the Z dimension. Now, how weak, it really depends on the percentage of carbon fiber or filled additive. It also depends on the plastic. But basically, carbon fiber, or whatever your filament's filled with, doesn't stick to itself. So if your filament is 15% carbon fiber, and you have two layers of 15% carbon fiber and they stick together, 15% of that material in both layers isn't sticking to each other. It's just, it doesn't. So you do lose a little bit of layer adhesion, but you gain more XY strength because now the individual strands of the filament are, or the extrusion is stronger. Now you can get around that by using something that is very good layer adhesion. So you can use like CFPETG, which PETG, while not the stiffest thing, has really good layer adhesion. So you add carbon fiber to it, and now you got something that still sticks together very well, but also is now stiffer in the XY. So this, for some reason, the actual, like, if you look at the screen, it's, I can't, yeah. Ooh, we hit 23 millimeters cubed for a second there. Can you anneal carbon fiber? No, you're not annealing. You'd have, it's whatever filament it is, whatever the plastic is what you would be annealing. Why does this V01 have a 2.5 style gantry? Because it's not either of them. It's a micron. Micron, which is a V2 built with V0 parts, because why not? Yeah, the perimeters are totally tapping out. It's been blipping to 70? Are you serious? No. No, we can't be hitting 70. Really? There's no way in hell this thing is pushing 70 for... I could see 22 for like a fraction of a second. So we're at 7 minutes into this, by the way. Yeah, are you confusing the travel speeds? Like, these are the travel speeds. The one on the left are the travel speed. Flow is flow. Speed is movement. Now that you've built the micron, if you can only have one, would you go micron V01, or are you going to wait to answer that with salad fork? The salad fork I will be building will be a 160, so it'll be bigger than this. It'll be a 160 print volume, which I think makes a lot more. Open, disclosure, this kit was sent to me from DFH. If I could self-source, if I was going to self-source, I would do like a 160, maybe a 180. So that way you can use like off-the-shelf beds and whatnot, just for practical purposes. Because this machine at 120 is just stupid. It's stupid fun, but it's definitely build it because you want to build it type printer. This is not. If you were to like post a picture of like a fleet of these on the wall saying this is my print farm and it's all microns, I would just like, no, stop, no. But it is a fun printer. It is a very fun printer. But if I could have, like, if you were to just show up and give me one of any of them, I probably would go with the micron or the salad fork, because it's technically more capable. It's got more fun to it, it's got more stuff it could do. But in terms of which one should you buy, they all print roughly the same and they all have roughly the same build volume. So V0 is the cheaper one, but it doesn't have quad gantry leveling. So pick your poison. Would it be practical to do a micron with the 2020? Yes, actually, it's super easy. If you want to build a micron out of 2020, build a V2. Because that's what it is. This is that, and that is this. They're just 1515 extrusions, MGN 7s, and NEMA 14s, 2020 MGN 9, NEMA 17s. They're the same thing, just build a V2. It's like the salad fork is a scaled down Trident. Yeah, if you, like, you guys can't, here, actually I can do it on this screen. If I hover over flow, oh wow, it's at 37 there for a second. It maxes out at 9.9. So I gotta get a hold of the mainsail folks and be like, hey, your max isn't maxed. I can't believe I missed that. That's okay, Ben. So the funny, okay, back when we were planning Murph 2020, we did kind of, because the original idea was we were going to release the V0 at Murph 2020, and we wanted to build a cube of V0s and have them all stacked together. Yeah, that didn't end up happening. Because let's be honest, stacking printers together is actually a horrible idea because resonance issues, especially faster printers. I know the Prusa cube can stack, and on a Prusa, it's not exactly slinging the bed around with authority, but if you were to like make a stack of like Vorons or Keyboards or any other, rail cores, like any printer that's really slinging mass around, you really don't want to do that. For the overland rig, you would want something that is, buy a Pantheon. You would want something with the least amount of slack in the system. You don't build bigger than you need, and build rigid. So in that case, you might want to go with a, I wouldn't, okay, you know what? Overland rig. Okay, if I were to have a printer that was mounted inside a vehicle that was going over land, I would not want anything where the bed moves, okay? The bed is the single heaviest part of the printer, and you do not want that moving. You want that solid. So a V2 built only as big as you need, and then when you're moving, somehow lock the gantry back. Like, you know, how the gantry can move around like this. You know, you can move it around. Somehow, like, print like a clip or something so that when you're driving, the gantry is locked in the back position or something. Because you don't want, you know, my Trident here, yeah, the bed is mounted, but the bed is also like on rails and it can move. The bed can move. If you were to, like, you know, you're driving your truck and you go over a bump and it does one of these big things. You don't want that mass accidentally breaking a mount. So yes, I would go with something with a fixed bed personally. You want as little, you want the machine as solid as possible with as little potential of something heavy moving around. What do I think about the VZ bot? So we spoke about this on the, let me pull it up here. VZ235. We spoke about this yesterday on the members only live stream. So for those that don't know, every month we do a members only live stream where we just kind of shoot the shit, and it's less formal. I swear a little bit more, but it's a monthly members live stream. If you miss it, you can see it the next month. But if you want to watch it live, it's for members of the channel, Patreon supporters, those that support directly. So if you don't want to miss the next one, either become a member or hey, somebody might gift you one because we could do that now. But anyways, this came up. Pull up the right screen. I would really like to build one of these. The problem is pretty much there's a lot of custom on this. Apparently you can print a lot of these parts. However, if I were to build one of these, I would want to go, you know, all in. Okay. So I don't know if there's kits available eventually or at some point. I know some of the parts you can buy on a store, but not all of them. Yeah, I think it's a very clean looking machine. Don't get me wrong. I would love to build one. The problem is, and I am not a lawyer, it is licensed under Attribution Non-Commercial 4.0. That means you're allowed to copy and redistribute the material in any medium or adapt. However, you are not allowed. Can I pull up? Yeah, here's the license. It completely, like, you are not allowed to use the machine, any of the material for commercial purposes. You are not allowed to use this, anything related to this machine under this license for commercial purposes. This channel is my job. I make money on this channel. This is a commercial endeavor. I have a business license. Neuro 3D is a business. So if I were to build this, I think I'm violating the license because I'd be building it on a monetized stream or channel. It means you can't sell prints. Exactly. Or can you sell prints from it? Like, here's the thing. Like, I pulled up the actual license the actual license. So non-commercial means not primarily intended for or directed towards commercial advantage or monetary compensation. For purposes of the public license, the exchange of the licensed material or any material subject to copyright and similar rights by digital file sharing or similar means is non-commercial, provided there is no payment or monetary compensation in connection with the exchange. So since I will be using these parts for monetary purposes, am I violating the license? I am not a lawyer. I'm at the point, unless somebody who actually knows what they're talking about straight up says this is fine, I can't touch this. I'm of the opinion I can't touch this. Yeah. Now, the thing is, like, the scope, like, the license grant, like, the thing is, even if you get granted the license, it still says non-commercial. Like, there would have to be a separate license for commercial, and I don't see a separate license for commercial. Again, I am not a lawyer. I don't really know all the rules when it comes to this, but if I see non-commercial and I make money on my channel... Oh, I don't doubt he's unreasonable. I'm just like, cover your ass laws. Because I'm pretty sure he's in Canada too. So he actually, it's not like some random company on the other side of the world that I can kind of talk shit about and then realized I probably shouldn't have talked shit about him a couple years later. Sorry, Slice. But it's like, he's over there, I'm over here. The lawyers are in the same country. Shit. So that's the only thing I'm concerned about, is just I've turned a new leaf, and I kind of want to make sure I'm following the rules when I can, within reason, obviously. So, oh shit, I forgot to stop the timer. Stop. So that was a 17-minute, 45-second Benchy. So we're within the same time as the bamboo. I don't think this looks as good as the bamboo, though. Yeah, it does not look as good as the bamboo. So we're actually going to bump the speeds and feeds down a little bit and tweak a few things. Oh yeah, mainsail. Yeah, see, the problem is though, mainsail gives you a total here of 22:45. That includes the moment like it starts heating up the bed or the hot end, right? It doesn't. It's not the actual print time. Oh, actually, there's print time right there, 17 minutes and 50 seconds, which. Yeah, that makes sense, because I didn't start it when it was doing the skirt. So I turned off the skirt. So we should be able to do it again. Okay, so... machine... printer... So what do we do? So I'm going to leave it the 12500 Excel. SCV, I dropped down just a little bit. And actually, the Excel to decel, I'm going to drop down just a little bit. Because I think that's what's killing me, is the decel for the flow rate. Save and restart. And then I went in here, I tweaked a few other settings, like the shoot, where is it? The vertical wall thickness. I dropped my flow rate down to 20. And it's actually coming out around 19 minutes now, so it's a little bit better on the movements. We're not wasting some time on some movements. So I think we should be able to get a faster one here. When did I not follow the rules? I've mentioned it a little bit in the past, about my comments about Slice in the past, and yeah. My opinion has changed. Things are a little bit different when this is your job versus just some random dude. So I've kind of, you know, looked back at some things and hey, fun with that. So this one was, how long was that first one? I forgot. I could just go back on the stream and see. I forgot. I could just go back on the stream and see how long that first print was. Copy. It's like, oh yeah, I'm live streaming. Do I like Slice? I still disagree with some of their things. It just, I feel I spoke a little too harshly of them at one point. I still, you know, on a personal level, disagree with some of their things, but I don't look at them as harsh of a light as I did, put it that way. Okay, so where's that first one? Okay, oop, nope, go away. Oh, no, stand by. Okay, so 23 minutes, and yeah, so, yeah, with, okay, 23 minutes for that first one. Okay, so the first one is 23 minutes, and what, 39? 23, 30, wow, my white marker is dead. Problem with paint markers. Are hockey sticks flammable? Depends which one you buy. If you buy the flammable ones, yeah, they are flammable. I haven't played with CAN bus yet. It's something that I need to get to actually do at some point. I just never got around to doing it yet. I don't know if I'm waiting on it to like fully mature. I still think there's a lot of variables with it. I know a lot of people are moving towards it. I'm just kind of waiting for it to be like an actual finalized thing. Okay, I think my white paint marker is dead. I gotta find another one. Any thoughts on Annex? Now, Annex, my opinion hasn't changed. 23, 39. What was this one? This one, what was the second one? 17 something? Combining infill every 2 layers. I am not. Oh, wait, I'm wasting time doing that as well. I think I'm allowed to do that. It was 17 something? 1730? 1740, okay. 1740. Okay. Gary, $5. Cheers, appreciate it. Keep up the great streams. I will. I have to, it's my job. Yes, like that smash button. I think it's broken. The numbers aren't adding up. The numbers, Mason, what do they mean? So apparently this stuff's non-toxic. This filament's non-toxic. Then again, I think wouldn't all PLA be non-toxic? Yeah, wouldn't all PLA be non-toxic? Tastes like popcorn. Sanity! Gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers! Now let's wait for the everything to get set up, because it'll take a second here. I did speak with Stream Elements, or I tweeted at them and they tweeted back. So I don't know why the delay. Is the bot not even running? Is the bot running? No, the bot should be running. There they are. So shout out to Sanity. Unfortunately, it doesn't pop up when she donated the 5, because Stream Elements doesn't have support for gifted memberships in YouTube yet, because it's a new thing. So there's no pop-up for the overlay. So once it's part of the system, I will add that. So right now it just shows the people who got the membership. So congratulations to the following people. They got gifted a membership. They'll be able to hang out in the next member stream next month. And also get access to the super secret thing that's members only that I've talked about, but I've kind of finally set it up, but it's members only for now because we're soft launching it and I don't want to deal with like a massive influx, so kind of like rolling it out in waves. Turn off one perimeter. There we go. I'm not, again, these aren't like official speed benchies, so if I'm not exactly on the rules, we're just kind of seeing what you can reliably push out of a standard flow hot end. I did turn off ensure vertical wall thickness. Do I have any idea when the next batch of LDO kits will be up? I have no clue, unfortunately. That is something you'd have to ask Jason. Hello, 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 hello. There we go. Okay, we're back. OBS decided to crash. Oops. One second here. Is this the one? No, that's not the one. One second. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There we go. There we go. Guido, 499, cheers. Received my LDO kit in 2 months. Awesome. First build, do you recommend stock or maybe stealth burner, clicky? The LDO kit comes with the hardware for stealth burner. So go to the beta stealth burner right away. Print that last just in case the final revision comes out before then. I don't know when it will be. I can't give any more specifics than that, but go stealth burner for sure. Clicky, I think the LDO kit comes with clicky. So yes, go with clicky. It's a little bit more of a pain to set up. It's a little bit more technical, but it's worth it, I think. So, we got 400 watching. Ooh, nice. Everyone say hi. Because why not? We're all friends here. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, smash the like button. What are the other things YouTubers say? Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime's in chat if you got Twitch Prime. Yeah, I don't know. What else did people say? What am I supposed to say? Insert YouTube spiel there. Shilling spiel there. Don't forget to go to NordVPN, Raid Shadow Legends, and shoplttstore.com. When's the next members only stream? It's usually the second last full week of the month. This month it was a week late because I was at Rapid last week, and I literally was exhausted. Last week was a total write-off for me. Make a Twitch. I am not going to stream on Twitch. I do have a Twitch. I watch a lot of Twitch. I just don't stream on Twitch. Don't forget the LTT. I got that thing pre-ordered, man. I can't wait. Summon the bots. Yeah, where are all the sex bots? Dual stream? No. Everything I've ever seen about doing dual streams, like streaming to Twitch and YouTube at the same time, it's never actually been it never works out. It's not worth it. What I would like is YouTube to fix their discovery. Because right now the problem with YouTube is discovery. Let's see here. Let me open incognito window. New incognito window. YouTube. Okay. So, I am on YouTube. I got, what, 400 people here roughly. So if we go to this YouTube, and I want to look at live. What is live? Okay. Dr. Disrespect. Okay, so play all. No, I don't want to play this guy. I don't want to get copyright. No, go away. I don't want to get copyright struck. So how do I find me? Okay. You can't see how many people live. Everyone's watching the Johnny Depp trial. But there's no way to find me in here at all. Live sports, you have live sports, live gaming, news, upcoming live streams. Who cares about upcoming live streams? 3 waiting. Cool. Recent live streams. These are over live streams. Live now. And wow, I've got 10 options to look at. Community? Nothing. About nothing. This is the worst, absolute worst way to find, pretty much unless you're already a subscriber to me, or it decides to randomly recommend my stream to you, you can't find me when I'm live. At least Twitch you can find by category. Steve's here. Everyone say hi, Steve. Even right now, if I go to live 3D printing. Okay, so if you go to YouTube and type live 3D printing, the first 2 things are an ad, and then me, and then Uncle Jesse. So I am the only person who is actually live if you type live 3D printing. And there's me, right there. While we do a speed benching. And this one's actually coming along pretty good. We're at 6 minutes and 50 seconds. And it looks not as good as the first one, but not as bad as the second one. Record a little video. Wait, let's not record a video with a box that has my address on it in the background. Cool. Linus R. Remember for 12 months. Cheers. You're asking the guy, yeah. No, Steve would tell you it's the Legacy. The Legacy is the best Voron ever. But if you're asking my personal opinion, like if I could only have one, it'd be a V2. Like most people when they think Voron, the V2, and then V0 is like the next most popular one, I think. The other 3D printing YouTubers are zombies. I watched Uncle Jesse earlier today, but his or not Uncle Jesse, Pooch, but his stream was more like a business type stream than like directly 3D printing. So, but I caught some of that stream today. But yeah, a lot of the YouTube guys, or a lot of the like the 3D printer group, at least from those that I follow on Twitter, they stream on Twitch usually, and that's all they do. They don't do like VOD content, just streaming. Watching streaming while printing myself, benching myself. Awesome. 19 minutes, cool. Hopefully they're coming out better than these ones. Like, let's be honest, we're pushing a Revo well beyond what it can do, so. Is the best starter? It really depends. The Switchwire is arguably the simplest to build, but none of them are really super complicated. They just are a little bit more technical. The Switchwire is, here's the thing, like, it is cheaper. Like, the V0 is the cheapest one, but, like, don't build a V0 unless you want a backup printer or you're looking for something fun to build and you already have a full-size printer. The Switchwire is fully capable, and it's Core XZ, which is cool, and it's a little bit cheaper than the other two, and then the V2 and the Trident are like the big boys. Have I tried hanging a V2 on a rubber band? No, but I kind of want to take the micron and go under my stairs, because under my stairs, it's all just stud frame, and put a few nails in the wall and actually hang it up, like all cubed, and like all eight corners like tied to something, and see how it handles. That I kind of want to do. Core XZ is then Core XY. Core XZ isn't that complicated. Did you use a kit, Ben, or did you self-source? Like, did you wire it up yourself? Because if you use like the LDO kit, it's pretty much, from what I understand, plug and play. Like, you don't have to worry about configuring it, just default config, as long as you plugged everything in right. But in your case, you probably wired up a motor or two backwards, which happens when you're wiring. I do it all the time. You should really try one with Polyterra since it's high flow filament and sponsored. I kind of wanted to try this stuff though because it's, oh, 1 second, my dog's freaking out. 1 minute, my dog's freaking out. There's a provincial election, so this is like the 4th time somebody's come knock at my door to tell me to go vote for them, and it's like, go away. Guido, LDO kit with SP, is it? It's Clockwork 1. Clockwork 2 is not done yet. Hardware-wise, it's just printed parts though. The only difference is the motor. I believe. Yeah, just the motor. So print Clockwork 1, it's compatible with Stealth Burner. Tips for stopping the probe melting. You can use like the gold reflective tape, or use a clicky. The probes aren't what they used to be. The Omron knockoff ones work okay. They last a little bit longer. Octopus, same price as SKR2. Is there any reason one would buy an SKR2? It's smaller if you only need 5 drivers. Oh, that would have been an insert ad moment. I'm not going to suffer you guys with inserting ads. I can't do that. I won't do that. Just wait till I get the raid ad. Then we'll have some fun. Although I would like, you know, one of the website builders to reach out, because I do need to get a website. Thoughts on tungsten carbide nozzles? They're good. I've used 2. One worked okay, the other one was poop. But the one that was poop was from China. So I didn't do like full reviews on either, so I'm not gonna really dive too much into it, which one was which, but I'm using, like, I'm biased. I'm using a Diamondback right now. They sent me a bunch to try out, and they're like bulletproof. I can't kill one. I've tried. They just work. But they're also $100 each. So if you plan on printing a crap ton of abrasives non-stop on a machine, it's probably worth it. If you don't plan on doing that, it might not be worth it. Do I want to be up there or do I want to be down here? I want to be up here. Yeah, I'll stay up there. What's your opinion on clear FET Bowden tubes versus PTFE tubes for reverse Bowden? This is a clear one. Clear's fine. I like clear for reverse Bowden. You can see the filament. Yeah, tungsten carbide, even like the diamond nozzles, Diamondback, they're very good with heat transfer and they're super hard. So you're not going to wear them out, and they're better for heat transfer than like a hardened steel nozzle. So, do I use filament sensors on my printers? Nope, I don't have a single filament sensor on any of my self-built printers. And I can't remember the last time I've run out of filament, because if I think I'm going to run out, I just don't use it. I just use a new full spool, and then I'll use the smaller spool for little things until I run out. I don't really print stuff that uses up like a full spool or near a full spool too often. I print like I batch stuff. I print lots of small things. So it's pretty easy to not run out, usually. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to drop everything to half. So I'm going to drop some of the speeds down to like 200, 500 millimeters, or 5000 Excel. And I'm going to try and print like a reasonable Benchy at like higher speeds and see how that comes out. I'm still interested in the Polyterra. I'll print one in Polyterra. People have said it prints pretty good fast, so. The bike is skipping. Oh. Hello? 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 What's the chamber temp? Room temperature? It's cutting out. I do have a noise gate on, but it shouldn't... Okay, now you guys are fucking with me. How fast am I printing? Numbers are on the screen. You guys are messing with me now. Let's start timing people out. But don't forget, if you have not entered for the draw filament... Oop, okay, where are we at? Stop. 16 minutes, 15 seconds, roughly. Yeah, 16:22. Oh yeah, that looks so much better. Like, you can still see we're having under extrusion issues, obviously, at the bow, because that's when you're doing that long print, and that's where you're maxing out your flow rate. So, but once you get up to like the little stuff, it ain't too bad. The smokestacks are actually coming out pretty good. Felix gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers. 16. 22, we'll see. Okay. So. High flow Revo when? Whenever E3D can start shipping them, because they're making them. They're just, yeah. What layer height? 0.2. So what else can we do? Combine infill? Infill. So infill. Let's do grid, connected, combine infill every... I can't turn that on. Why can't I turn that on? Every 2 2 layers. It's like, what is 10% infill? Yeah. So let's try a little bit hotter. And then settings, speed. We'll do one more speed benchy, and then I'll swap out to. Yeah, we'll do one more. We'll do one more. Rotate it. Yep, we're gonna rotate it too. I will do the Polymaker for this one though. There we go. Polymaker. So we'll do one more and then we'll call it. My voice is getting pretty destroyed right now. So I'm not going to bother purging it. So the first layer will have a little bit of black in it. So what else can we do? I don't really want to push it too much. Infill. Go 350. Because I think we're flow limited. And I know it's already kind of suffering for it. So should I turn it directly right on? Do that, right? Or should I go on at 45? I think we'll go straight on, because straight on we'll get both sides, right? It'll be blowing down from both sides. So we'll do that. Slice now. 45? 45? Okay, we'll do 45. Okay, 45. There we go, 45. Okay. What happens if we invert it and use supports? Spaghetti. Yep, there's a flow rate. We are capped out at 20 millimeters cubed a second, which, judging by my existing prints, that's pretty much what we can do. And I'm just using a Revo too. That's the funny part. So. So 17 minutes now it's estimating. So we'll see how this goes. So 16 minutes 22 is our it's actually faster than the one that looks worse because we save time in tweaking the slicer to be more efficient. What hotend is the Bamboo using? Custom. It's their own hotend. The Bamboo is a commercial printer. Don't expect a lot of open source on it. And I think that's fine with their machine because they're going completely their own. Their firmware is custom. They develop their own firmware. There's really like, I don't even know. I don't know what their slicer is based on. But like the machine itself, I don't think there's really any open source on it. Yeah. It's a commercial machine though, and it's designed to be plug and play and not really a like a machine for tweaking and user servicing or what I mean, modding. It's not really meant for modding or tweaking. It's meant to be like a plug and play commercial machine. So I kind of give it a pass on not being super open source. I kind of am. I kind of give it a pass, I think. So, is it truly custom? I've seen somebody posted pictures of it. Let me see if I can find it. Like this part I really like. The MMU auto respools the filament back up. So that's really cool. Let's see. Somebody posted a picture of the hotend. Oh, there you go. You want to see the inside? There you go. Boop. There you go. It's like held on with magnets or something. So yeah, so that hot end is apparently pretty custom, and it's a direct feed setup. I'm trying to avoid looking at stuff about it now that I'm getting one. I don't want like my opinion, like I don't want any external like anything to affect my opinion. So I'm trying to avoid looking at stuff. Even Modbots video. I watched a little bit of Modbots video, and I stopped because I'm like, I'm getting one. I don't want my personal opinion biased by another opinion. So use ABS. I know, but I don't want to. We're not at the point where we're doing high speed. At least, like, we're not pushing 3-minute benchies. We're pushing 15. That's when I've done speed benchies before, folks. We did speed benchies back in 2020, back when it like was first a thing apparently. And we started with PLA. It was once you start getting like under 12 to 15 minutes, that's when you really start needing like ABS. Anton gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers. We're just waiting on everything to heat up right now. TPU Benchy, go! Was the Bamboo using the parts cooler to pull air through the hot end? No, they have a separate fan, I think. I gotta go back and look at it. Yeah, I think they have a separate fan for it. Yeah, they got a separate fan for it. Yeah, but won't have cooling issues. Yeah. Really slow handing out memberships. Yeah, it could. Am I being sent one? I'm being sent one. They're not public out yet, and it's already shipped, so. Yeah, come on, YouTube, gift those community memberships. Come on. Pop out chat. Sometimes it doesn't display. The thing is, if you get gifted a community membership, you have to hit accept. You have to hit accept. PF Dennis, cheers for the 5 gifted community memberships. Okay, there we go. Now they're starting to pop out. Yeah, so if you're watching the stream and you're not a member, make sure to check. There they go. Yeah, on YouTube, a lot of the things YouTube are implementing now that Twitch have had for years, they're implementing it in ways to prevent what's called, I guess, hate rating, which is a thing on Twitch, where you basically get a bunch of people on a channel, and then you like raid somebody because you hate them, and it's like usually it's, you know, I'm not going to get into why people are doing it. Usually it's not good reasons. So YouTube has a lot of like things in place to kind of prevent that. So like if you get gifted a membership, you have to accept it instead of you just randomly get a membership. If I want to push you guys to another stream, I have to be following that stream. They have to be, or that channel, they have to be following me. And then also all of my memberships or all of my subs, like all the channels I'm subscribed to on this channel have to be public, which they are not because this YouTube channel is my personal YouTube channel. So yeah. I'm being sent the Carbon X1. No, it's not, it is it's random, but it's not automatic. You have to like agree to receive memberships with YouTube if you get gifted one. Okay, so come on, purge line. And go. So it's going to be black for a little bit, and then it's going to, or actually, no, it purged that black out really quick. There we go. So now we're doing some Polyterra, which, by the way, if you want to win a spool of Polyterra or any other filament from Polymaker, link is in the description to enter and get your own. Do this now. Comment that the Carbon X1 kind of, it doesn't. It's a Core XY. There's only so many ways you can make a Core XY. When do I get it? Whenever it shows up. It's shipped today, I think. It's coming from Hong Kong, so a week or so. And the plan is, I think I'll probably be the first to do a live unboxing of it. They kind of like, it's still kind of like the software and the manuals and still are still in development. I'm like, yeah, but we're doing it live. Have fun. So I'm gonna have a little chat with them just before to make sure, like, I gotta update I know I have to update the firmware as soon as I get it and do a few other things because it still is like they're still tweaking the software. So I do need to make sure I'm doing stuff correctly because while it is a production unit, they are still tweaking things before final release. So I want to make sure I'm being fair because everyone else who has one has gone through it. And so since I want to do it live, I'm going to make sure I do it live. So it's not only, yeah, it's, you get it, you fill out a form if you win and get to pick what filament. Can you convert a Voron? Depends on the Voron. All the direct feed ones would require redesigning of the feed system unless you use a drop-in extruder that is compatible, that already is 3mm, because the Clockwork and the Clockwork 2 and the Mini Clockwork and all that aren't designed for 3mm. The feed paths are all different, the gearing's all different. If you want to use a Bowden, you can go ahead. Bowden works. And again, you would have to adjust the feed path. No, you don't have to be present to win. You only can sign up during the streams. That's how I do my giveaways. I make it so you don't have to be here to win, but you can only enter during the stream. Because I know a lot of people watch my streams from different time zones and have different schedules. Hole in the bow. Bow. Yep. It's a holy bow. Fans are at 100. Yeah, why would you? Here's the thing, though. A better question. Why would you go 3mm filament? 3mm filament, nobody uses it because it's not as good as 1.75. You may think, oh, bigger filament, it can push more out. No, the problem is it takes actually longer to heat it up to temperature because you have to heat all the way through it. It's actually better to push thinner filament faster than thicker filament slower. You get more even heating and it heats up quicker. I'm working on how to do a 90-degree bed rotation on a V01, but I'm going to need help with designing. Okay, I cannot CAD myself out of a cardboard box. But why are you trying to turn the bed 90 degrees but keep the gantry the same? Is there a specific reason? How do you enter the giveaway? Link is in the description. Fill out the form. Easy peasy, lemon squeeze. Smaller nozzle. This is a 0.4 nozzle. Yeah, I know. My weekday streams work out better for the Europeans. It's because my weekday streams are. Actually, shoot, going forward, that ain't changing now. Yeah, my weekday streams are probably always going to be 2 o'clock now. So it'll probably be 2 p.m. Eastern, Mondays or Tuesdays and Fridays until September. It looks like. I have a Maker Farm Prusa back in the day, or that still has a 3mm nozzle. If you can't update it, I would. But yeah, so for the next, actually my stream schedule, normally for those that have been watching for a while, my weekday streams usually flip-flop between 2 p.m. start time and 4 p.m. start time, Eastern time zone. That's where I am. But the schedule with the little guy in daycare and my wife's schedule is everything's kind of solidified a bit. So, it'll probably be 2 p.m. every day now for the Tuesdays and Friday stream. So what time the stream started today will be the time going forward for Tuesdays and Friday streams. They might adjust every now and then a little bit here and there, but going forward, that's probably going to be the standard. I use 12-volt fans overclock. Why are you overclocking your fans, man? It goes quite good cooling until they don't work. But if it works, it works. Just be careful. Yes, I can't pronounce that name. Batanin? I'm going to say Batanin. That's the closest I can understand that to the Greek alphabet. Sorry, I don't speak Cyrillic. Or I can't read the Cyrillic alphabet. But any chance... Oh, 99. Cheers. Any chance you could do a video for V0 setup and tweaking slicer to run speed of Benchies? watch the beginning of the stream, because this profile is pretty much the profile that I use on my V0, which is pretty much the same profile on all my Vorons. And basically it's bumping up your accelerations, and make sure your slicer is tweaked for like optimizing how it's sliced to not waste time. The micron uses 3010. Yes, the micron does use 3010. The micron tool head is the same as the V0, although to be fair, this is a mini stealth burner. This is not the micron tool head. This is an unreleased mini stealth burner beta that I'm running. They've been working for 3 months now. Okay. Just saying yeah. Sanity, no Russia. Sanity's, yeah, Western Europeans. Or no, Eastern Europeans, so. It is a common language. Like, Russia is a pretty common language in a good chunk of the world. It also could be Ukrainian. There's several Cyrillic languages. Or, is it Slavic? No, Cyrillic is the text, and Slavic is the type of language? I don't know. It looks like it would be on a vodka bottle label. Slavic. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Cyrillic is the alphabet. If it looks like it would be on the label of a vodka bottle, it's from that area. Do I like cats? If I see a kitty, I go pss, pss, pss. I try to get him to come by, but I do not have a cat. I can see if my dog's here, though. Well, my wife's dog. Nope. Coda. No. No. Nope. He's being mopey. Thought on ABS Plus. It feels a little... Yeah, so, okay. So, ABS Plus, this machine, a lot of that machine down there, I think some of the switch wire is eSun ABS Plus. ABS Plus is fine. ABS Plus is a little bit more flexible than normal ABS. It's not normal ABS is a little bit stiffer, but the way Voron parts are designed, you're fine. Like it's still within spec. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Can we make the mini stealth burner? It's not out yet. It's an internal beta. Yeah, the bow's got a little bit of a hole. So this stuff doesn't seem to be flowing as well as the unreleased stuff that I'm using. Same with the dog. Coda! He's being all mopey. What's your opinion on the Zaribo level cube? I don't know what that is. Let me look that up. Zaribo. Search. No. Quit typing in chat, guys. I'm trying to copy and paste something. Nope. Dang it. Copy. Wait. Copy image. What do you mean copy image? It's... There we go. I'm just gonna type it out. Screw it. Zaribo level cube. What is a Zaribo level cube? Oh, Zaribo. Oh, it's a printer. I thought it was like a... Okay, Okay, so what do we got? We got a render. A Zorbiter. We got IGS ball joints, XY, electronics underneath. I don't like how this is all open. It would have been nice to see this all enclosed with like a panel spacing it out. Those AB motor mounts do look a little familiar. Just saying. Single rod XY, two rod Y. Oh, looks okay. Oh, they got a hinge joint. So this means your wires are always going to bend at the same point. The reason you go drag chain for this kind of setup is so the wire, where the wire bends, is always even, like it's distributed throughout the whole motion pass. On this one, your wires are always going to bend here, here, and here. The same way every time. That's how you get repeated, or what is it? Fatigue, metal fatigue. I don't like this. I do not like this. I do not like that. Adjustable damper feet. I've never had to adjust the feet on any of my printers ever. Ready to enclose. Okay, that's cool. Oh, a Voron cube. I wonder what kind of inspiration this machine comes from. It looks kind of cool. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a Voron clone. I'm, maybe a little inspired because of flying gantry, but I'm not gonna fault somebody for taking something that kind of works and doing their own spin on it. No, it looks fine. The only thing I don't like, how big is the machine? How big is the machine? How big is the machine? Oh, hey! Hey, buddy. Oh, now you want to say hi. You gonna say hi? Hello. What's up, boy? You doing good? Good shit, Pop? Oh, it's a good boy. You were shedding everywhere. Oh, you want more? Okay. You'd be a mopey all day. And you're like, pet me, pet me. Oh. I got my pets. I'm out. Now I'm covered in dog hair. So how big is this machine? 300 by 300. The problem is, so it's Revo 6 rigid. Really? They call it the Revo 6 rigid. It's the Revo 4. Like, that is the legit name. Call it Revo Voron. That's what it is. Carbon fiber rods or Masumi rods or whatever. 1800. That's a spicy meatball. Comprehensive build manual. There's a comprehensive build manual. Oh, comprehensive build manual. What the heck is this? Cookies? Go away, chat. Got it. Comprehensive build manual. Why does that go to UK changes to... Okay. More details. Comprehensive... This is... Build manual. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is a build manual. Okay, so it's got the same type of manual. Yeah. Yeah, these AB motor mounts look a little familiar. Not gonna lie. Okay. They even have the little cutout or little part that we put there to make sure you don't run the belts the wrong way around. Like the little bumper that we put in the on our AB motor mounts to make sure you don't run the belts the wrong way. Over the plastic, they have that. It's a little inspired, if I must say so. No, there's no parts that are Voron on this. I guarantee you, nothing on here has Voron heritage. Like, copy my homework, but make sure to make it your own. Maybe. Oop. Oh, yeah. Under 15 minutes. Unfortunately, it looks like poop. So let's go back to that black filament and try that. Yeah, the Polyterra, no, unfortunately, no. It looks really good when you're not doing speed benchies, though. But again, this is a faster profile too. So we'll do this one because it's only, what do we got? Yeah, we'll do one more. We'll do the 15-minute one here. And then once this is done, I'll run one at half the speed to see how it turns out. Okay, so we'll see if this filament handles a 15-minute Benchy any better. Reprint. Okay. So if you're curious how the Polyterra one came out, as you can see, we were obviously outrunning the hot end by quite a bit with this. First layer is good. First layer was good. Okay, so let's go back to this. So, like, here's the thing. Where's the Voron? Do I have the Voron cat? I should have the Voron cat on this computer. Let's load up Fusion and throw everything out. Yeah, here's the problem. 300 with rods. As somebody who had a 300mm Core XY with 8mm rods, don't do it. Rods, the downside with rods is you can't support them mid-length. On a Voron, you have rails. You can support the rail with extrusion. So there's less chance of it sagging. There's more beef, okay? Rods, you can't support mid-span. You can only support them on the end. So when you have the longer the gap that's unsupported, the more the rods will sag. How often do I clean my build surfaces? Not often. Whenever they when stuff stops sticking is my my go-to usually. Let's find V2.4. Actually, the Trident will work. Take care, John. I wish there was a way I could send you a link for a screenshot of what I'm trying to do. Well, if you're a member of the channel, there is an option for communicating outside of the live stream now. If you're a new member of the channel, check the community posts on YouTube. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so you ready? Here is the back of the V, or the Trident, but it's the same. The gantry on the V2.4 and the Trident are the same. Okay, so there's your belts. Okay, and now corporate wants you to tell me the difference between these two pictures. Now, I'm not accusing them of stealing anything. I'm not. I'm just, you know, having some fun. Obviously, like, if they want to say it's inspired, whatever, I don't care. They got their own tool head. That looks cool. Let's judge their tool head. So it's the Zorbiter, which is an orbiter with their own motor on it. Sure. Yeah, their hot end looks fine. Cooling duct. Yeah, I got nothing against their tool head. Looks cool. Oh, they got different options for probes. That's cool. Or actually, no, they only have the one option for the probe. Yay, wire channels. I will say, you know, copy all you want. As long as all these printers like that you're copying look this good, go for it. I like clean wiring on printers. That's kind of like my thing. DeWitt, thank you for becoming a member. Hope the, was it the Maker Faire you were just at or something went well? Yellow makes it premium. Hopefully it's ABS. Actually, I do actually kind of like their color scheme. I will say it. I don't mind the color scheme. That's actually kind of nice. This I don't like. I don't like this for the Z wire management, where there you have fatigue points for the wire where they're always bending at the same spot. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. So, what is their Z setup? I want to see their Z assembly. So, okay, is their Z setup the same as ours where you got the exact same gearing? Build manual. Where is the Z? Okay, gantry, Z axis, there we go. Oh, by the way, printer printing. Maker Faire was great, doing another in Edmonton. Awesome. We don't have any like Maker Faires in Ontario, I don't think. It sucks. Okay. Oh, these parts. Okay, now these parts are looking very Voron V2-esque at this point. But those are nuts, not heat sinks, so, or heat sets. So yeah, this is looking a little sussy at this point. Ooh, wire management, that's kind of cool. So yeah, so it's obviously it's a different designed part. Like the way things are is different. So it's not a one-to-one copy, but let me check their upper idler. So they went with the, yeah, so they got a two-piece too with tensioning. I don't like how spaced out that is from the frame, like how far out that is. Like ours is more closer to the frame because now you're gonna have more tensioning, like or more pivoting forces involved. Actually, or is it just how it looks? Yeah, see, their idler is out further from the frame, so it's gonna more. So there's a blob on my print. Where? Oh, it's gone now. And we are definitely over extruding. Yeah, we're out running the hot end, so it wasn't the filament that time. Quote from their website, "We are influenced by Voron design, but it was too complicated." Wait, seriously? That can't be right. That can't be right. They could not have said that. We are influenced by Voron design, but it was too complicated for our purpose. Then why did you copy it? It's like literally it's the same parts, it's just designed differently. How is it more? What? Like, I got no problem with you being designed by Voron. That ain't my thing. Like, I don't care. I don't care. Voron is GPL V3 commercial. You can do whatever you want with it, as long as you give credit. But like, ensure a printer that is high quality as a Rebo printer, as simple as a Prusa printer, and as sophisticated as a Voron. What? It doesn't look less complicated. It's the same thing. It's a Core XY flying gantry. There's only, you know, they might have amalgamated a few parts here and there, left the whole wiring portion open to the elements. But I don't know, like, it prints fine. If these are prints off, like, I got nothing against the printer itself. It's just I find that line funny because I don't think it's that much simpler than a Voron. But rods. Don't rant. I watch a rant. Yeah, hopping in CAD and designing an entire printer from scratch is less complicated than just building a Voron. And it's 1,800 bucks. So if you simplified it, why does it cost? Wait, do they sell it as a kit or a pre-assembled unit? Is it a kit or a pre-assembled unit? It's a kit, so it's not even assembled. So they simplified it and added. David to the rescue. David, 3D printers. I don't know if Voron has their own section on their site. Shop. Where's Voron? Voron hardware. There we go. Okay, so this comes with everything. The only thing you have to get is, I think, the hot end. Yeah, so you need a hot end, a Raspberry Pi, and the 3D printed parts. Okay, so you could skip the Raspberry Pi, completely run Marlin if you really wanted to. I don't know what this is running for firmware. Is this Marlin? No, it's running Marlin. Yeah, it's running Marlin. Okay. So it's Marlin. So you take out the cost of the Raspberry Pi. The 3D printed parts, piff $100, okay? Even if you bought them from a third party, $200. So it's $1,350. Let's say you paid $1,500 with printed parts, and then another $100 for a hot end, $1,600. Dragon High Flow V6 or Revo is $1,850. And yeah, so it's 18. So you simplified it, and then you charge more for it. And does it come with the panels? Ready to enclose. It's ready to enclose, so it doesn't come with the panels. So you simplified it, you charge more, and it doesn't come with everything. It's not even enclosed. I got nothing against Marlin. I'm just saying you don't have to pay the price of the Pi. I was saying it runs Marlin, so we're not factoring the cost of a Raspberry Pi, which we know right now those are. It's too complicated, so we simplified it, and then we charged more. Ah. And you still need the printed parts? Wait, what? Printed parts not included. Okay, so even then. So it's a simplified Voron for $400 more, and it doesn't come with the enclosure panels. Okay. Now, Zaribo is an American company, if I'm not mistaken. So obviously their prices are going to be higher sourcing in the US. I think they're an American company. About Us. Oh, they're in the UK. Okay, so I don't know. Okay, that is it. 1,800. It better be US. That price better be US. If that's 1,800 pounds, and ooh, so when's the review coming? I don't know if they're gonna send me one now. I don't know. I didn't even know that was a thing. Also, Level Cube. I don't like that name. Zaribo Level Cube. That sounds like a calibration print. Brexit pricing. Yeah. Deciding parts to print my 2.4 I'm building space gray frame. Personally, like, I went with space gray frame, cloud gray from Sparta 3D, and then cherry red. And I didn't do, like, I mixed up which ones were accent. I went like, I didn't follow the guide for printing, which parts were which, and I think it turned out pretty pimp. Battleship, or the space gray frame, you could do a lot with the space gray frame. There's a lot of options available. It's a pretty nice frame. Is it made with 3030? I don't know. I closed the webpage, so. Oh, they might drop. Okay, 1,200. Okay. So if it's 1,200 pounds in the UK, or 1,290 pound to USD. So it is approximately 1630 USD, and it comes with the hot end and the Raspberry Pi. So it's still more, but it's a little bit more reasonable at that point. Okay, yeah, and yeah, apparently there was some fallout with Caribou 3D too, apparently. So I don't know. They didn't lose the linear. Yeah, they went with MGN 12s for the Z, I think. Which, if the frame is 2020, you're not going to be able to enclose it that easily. We use kilograms, not pound. Oh, sorry, Mr. British person. Yeah, many Canadian dollars. Jeez, I'm losing my voice today. 3030. I think the frame is 30. The gantry's got to be 2020 though, I think. For the way the belts are spaced out, I'm pretty sure the gantry's 2020. I would like to see Greg create a bear frame spin on a Voron. I don't know. I think the bear is only like a bed flinger, right? It's just a Prusa frame. The battle looks strange. Oh, that's because it's horribly under extruded. That's why. We're pushing a 15-minute Benchy with a standard flow hot end in PLA. On a Revo. So once this print finishes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end stream. We're going to do the draw. So whenever this print finishes, you probably have another 6 minutes to enter the draw for the Polymaker Filament, which I guarantee you looks a lot better when you don't print speed Benchies with it. or Polymaker Filament. It doesn't have to be Polyterra. You get to pick which filament from Polymaker you get if you win. But what I'm going to do is as soon as the print ends, after stream, I'm basically going to have everything. So I'm going to run this again and aim for like a 30-minute Benchy to see how a 30-minute Benchy works. How can I enter? Glad you asked. Link is in the description. Fill out the form. I just need to know your name and put the name that you use in chat. I don't want your personal name. And your email address. And if you win, you will get an email from me with another form that you fill out and you'll be sent your prize. I know. Oh yeah. If you missed out the members only stream, this is what we did. That's how productive the members only streams are. We fixed the strap. Wow. I know, right? I didn't iron. No, I couldn't find an iron. I thought I had an iron. I didn't. Yep, I'm bad. I don't have an iron. The micron looked great. It's such a fun little printer. It is wholly not a practical printer by any means of the imagination. But if you like building printers, this thing's fun. Oh, without the apron. Well, again, if you watch the members only stream, which if you remember now, you have access to, I had no apron on yesterday. I know the members only streams are different. They have a different atmosphere to them, that's for sure. Going casual. Yeah, casual. What was it, a Wednesday when we did it? Yeah, the member only streams are different. Now, again, they go public a month later. But I usually they're more relaxed, just kind of they're zero topic, just shooting the shit streams. So learn the lesson. Yes, and also I learned not to demonstrate how fast a ball screw can move on a live stream because people will clip it and ship it. Well, it was a private stream, so YouTube couldn't monitor it. That's why. What am I going to do for dinner tonight? Let's see here. Okay, I've been linked this. Well, I've seen this link, so we're gonna have some fun here. Okay. So, make sure there's nothing not safe for work here. Okay. Good old AliExpress. So, we're on 2.4 R2 printing structural part kits. Nylon, plastic. Okay, so one, these aren't printed. These are machined parts out of nylon. So Delrin, hopefully. So, okay, they changed the design a little bit. I'm pretty sure this part doesn't belong in a V2. And also, that looks suspiciously like anodized aluminum. Not frame, nylon, plastic, 3D printed parts. That I don't know. Yeah, these are a little sussy. How much are these? $220. Hey, print's done. Yeah, it's a little sussy. Yeah, some of these are random anodized aluminum. These are all metal parts they're showing here. Be careful buying random stuff off AliExpress. Yeah, that's a part pick of a V01. I'm new here. Are you one of the Voron designers? I'm on the team. I can't CAD myself out of cardboard box, so I don't know how I'm on the team, but I'm on the Voron team. It's quite large at this point, actually. I'm one of the original team, I guess, from 4 years ago, I guess. I don't know. Yes, I'm on the team. I'm just a dude, though. This channel is my own channel. While I do a lot of Voron stuff on here, anything I say while live on this channel or as part of a video is my own opinion and not the opinion of the Voron team. So, hey, it's a boat. So the question is, how did this stuff fare compared to, ooh, it's sticking to the bed more. So again, just over 15 minutes. But it had a little bit more of a heat up. So this is the exact same profile in G-code. So this filament actually handled the speed a little bit better than the Polyterra, unfortunately. Which, by the way, if you want to spool a Polyterra, we're going to do a draw in a minute here. But the Polyterra is like a different material. It's a, yeah, I'm going to pull it up here. Arctic teal, yeah, it's a matte. It's some, I can't remember what the Polyterra makes it different. It's not recycled. Yeah, it's no, the spool's made from recycled material. But this stuff is like a beta bioplastic stuff I'm testing, so. Is there an official Voron YouTube channel? There is. Well, technically, Max has his channel. If you just type Voron Design, I think it pops up. What temps? I was printing at 230 there. I was printing a little hot. So before we end here, let's be a little bit more reasonable, okay? So, oh, wrong button. Let's drop it down to like more reasonable stuff. So 210, 215, or wow, I can't type today. Volumetric speed like 10, or actually no, we'll leave it at 18, but we'll drop our actual speeds. So acceleration, we'll drop that down to 5,000 across the board. Okay, perimeter speed, we'll drop that down to 150 or 200 and 150 for the external. We're going to go at this a little bit more reasonable. Infill, also 200. Solid infill at the top and bottom layers. Bridge speed. Well, we're gonna go at a little bit more reasonably here. First layer can stay the same. Small perimeter. We'll go 100. Oh, speed. Wait, no. Max length. Reset to default. There we go. Okay. And travel speed is fine. Okay. So we're gonna go for a little bit more reasonable of a Benchy here. 20 minutes. It's estimating 20 minutes. Okay. Export G-code. Save. Upload and print. Okay. So. Yeah, if I gotta bump the temps up, I bump the temps up. So we're gonna do the draw here. So if you have not entered for the draw for the free spool of Polymaker Filament, it's too late. I've closed it, unfortunately. I was gonna do the draw like 40 minutes ago, but we went long because that's usually how we do around here. And if you're watching the stream in the future, unfortunately you cannot enter because you're in the future and we've drawn this in the past and it's already done. So we have 570 people entered. Dang. When I finish copying all these names, we better have 570 likes of the smash button. Because otherwise the math don't add up and then we can't do the draw if the math don't add up. About a 3mm CHT dial. I don't think you could. I don't think that's feasible. I don't think you can push the CHT that much. I know you can go to like 1.8mm, which is bigger than the filament, but 3 might be a little too much. What the clicking is, it's a apparently it's a bent pin which apparently some of the early batches of the microns have, which mine is, so it shouldn't be an issue going forward, but apparently it is. It doesn't show up in any of the prints, so I'm honestly just gonna leave it because I don't notice it when it's printing, and it doesn't affect the print quality at all, so I'm just gonna kind of YOLO it. Okay. So what do we got? We got 367 people. I need a number between 3 and 67. And please don't give me a number too high, because I really don't want to count that high. $45. Dang it. Okay. 43, 44, 45. Good enough. I gotta stop giving you guys chances to give me big numbers. My B meeting's at the firmware stage. Awesome. This is the auction chant? Exactly. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's roll. Remember, if you win, you will receive an email from me after the stream with a form that you need to fill out. And then, depending on where you live in the world, it can be up to about 3 weeks to receive your filament. Devin! Mallory! A winner is you. Let me make sure I got your information here. Devin Mallory, there we go. By the way, I asked for your name in chat because everyone in chat should have their own unique name. Because I made the mistake of just saying put your name, and we had like 5 Michaels that just put Michael. So that's why I say put your name in chat to make sure we don't have duplicates. It's rigged. You know what? CJ, I went through the entire list of 570 people, and just before I copied, I deleted your name. It was rigged from the start. So, make sure. Okay, I got your info there. I saw it. That's a 15-minute benchy. Okay. Canada only contest. Well, I just did a worldwide contest, so Canada is part of the world. Okay. How do I like the clicky? It works pretty good. It's more of a pain to set up. So really, like, I still recommend build stock at first, because you can always put it in after the fact. And yeah. Okay, I'm going to end the stream there. I'm getting tired and hungry. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the stream tonight. Again, tomorrow will be the Saturday stream, 8 p.m. Eastern. For reference, right now it's 4:45 p.m. Eastern. And we are going to be building hedamames and minamames. So headphones. I've got the printed parts here. I've got the electronics there. We're going to be building 2 sets of custom headphones from Vector Finesse. If you don't know what those are, Makers Muse did a video on it a while ago. I've got the new version that have a mic, so I can shit talk people on Discord. Yeah. So we're going to be building those, and they're new unreleased ones called the minamames, which are like a simpler, smaller design. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow on stream. And then, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed the stream tonight. Hope you learned something new. For those that donated to the stream or became members of the channel, I thank you. Without your continued support, I would not be able to do the things I do and create the content I can create. It's all because of you. This is all possible. For those that just watch the stream, hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you learned something. Congratulations to the winner of the Polymaker Filament, and thank you to Polymaker for sponsoring that spool of filament for the giveaway. I will see you tomorrow night. I'm gonna go get some food, get a little guy at daycare. Be safe out there, wash your hands, and enjoy your weekend. Cheers.